So, are you guys ready to record?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Hello and welcome to 445, a 15-minute celebration to get you to 5 o'clock. I'm your host, Colton, your best friend, and worst enemy at the same time, Pratt.
That is not true because I am your best friend and I'm Katie Pratt and I always go second. And if you've ever listened to this show before, you know that I'm your best friend and Colton's a liar.
How does that even work, Colton? Please explain to me how you can be best friends in mortal enemies at the same time.
So, imagine how Perry the Platypus feels about Dr. Doofus merch.
You know, that's a very good example. I was trying to think of another example of that dynamic.
Yeah, I feel like Perry the Platypus and Dr. Doofus merch is a good example. Let's think. Are there any other good examples of
Batman and Joker from the Lego Batman movie? Although
Exactly. That's a
it seems like more like Joker's in love with Batman and less like they're best friends.
Yeah. Batman's all friend zoning though, so
Yeah, Batman's friend zoning Joker.
absolutely. Let's think.
Ooh.
Are there any
I
other
know, right?
examples of enemies who ended up being really close friends as well?
None that I can think of.
Yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Third person that hasn't introduced
I
himself
wasn't
yet.
prepared.
What's your name?
My name is Caden Vandergrift, and I am 17 years old, and I like long walks on the beach.
I bet you didn't know we had a minor hosting this podcast.
I bet you didn't know that
Oh, yeah,
a minor
minor.
likes long walks on the beach.
Actually, I really don't. I lied.
Oh no! The other day, my girlfriend and I went to a lake beach, and she's not a big fan of it. She likes water and stuff, but she's not like the biggest fan. But I made her walk up and down the shore with me because I really enjoy just walking with my feet in the ocean. It feels really nice. And so she took
You
a
weren't
walk
even
with
at
me.
the ocean.
We had a lake. It felt nice though. There was still little waves lapping at my
Oh,
toes.
that's adorable. Ew.
All
Yeah.
right, I have the question today, y'all.
Okay, you say the question.
I was hoping I would. If you did,
I
that'd
was
be
about
weird.
to ask a question, but then I decided I wasn't going to ask the question.
Okay, so here's the question. When you go shopping, what affects, for you, what affects the amount you buy the most? It's what makes you buy more or buy less of something?
What?
When you go
Based
shopping,
on if my friends are with me, because if my friends are with me, I'll be like, should I buy this? And I'll turn to them, they'll be like, full send, Caden, full send. You only live once, and then I buy it.
oh, so your friends make it so you
They
spend more money.
influence my spending.
Is
see.
it the difference? Is it
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. What were you saying, Kitty?
That also, I agree with Caden. Also, if I'm with friends, sometimes I buy more because I want to give it to my friends.
Oh, that's really nice of you.
But also, is the
not
question
me.
is the is the question whether you buy one M&M or 10 M&Ms, or is the question whether you buy one M&M or 0 M&Ms?
The question is if you're shopping, either if you weren't going to buy an M&M, what would make you buy one? But if you're already buying M&Ms, what would make you buy more?
I don't think I understand this question.
I don't know how to make it clearer for you, Katie.
It's buy more products or buy more of the same product?
Either. What makes you buy a total amount more than what you would have bought otherwise?
If I have money.
Okay. Well,
That is definitely the number one. That's definitely
yeah,
true.
the money.
That's the influence whether I buy or steal a product.
Today, National Influence Day.
No. Today, well, for me, I have two answers to this question. First one, if I'm going grocery shopping and I'm stuffed silly, super full, no food sounds good to me. I don't want to buy anything because I'm I will never want to eat spaghetti this week because I'll never want to eat
I
anything
love
ever
spaghetti,
again.
dude. I've been craving spaghetti for days. I want spaghetti so bad.
That wasn't the point I was trying to make,
But I love
good to know.
spaghetti.
Good to know.
Everybody on Instagram, tell us if you love spaghetti.
Mm-hmm. But the other thing, statistically, that helps is that if your shopping cart is bigger, it will increase the amount you tend to buy just because you have more room to fill the cart.
That makes sense.
So, the company Whole Foods, between the years 2009 and 2011, they doubled the size of their carts and found that it increased their sales by 40%.
Whoa.
That's a huge increase.
Yeah.
Just by doubling the size of your shopping cart. And that's wild. That's
Why I spend so much money at Lowe's.
Those lumber prices are crazy nowadays.
We should start a woodworking podcast together.
Ooh, None of us
We
have.
would go broke.
Yeah, none of us have very much woodworking experience, I don't think. Well, the reason I asked that question and the reason I just gave that as the answer is because today is also National Shopping Cart Day.
I like this day.
You don't?
I do.
Oh, I think we have lots of ground to talk about on National Shopping Cart Day. Because just lots of area. First
I feel
thing,
like shopping cart entertainment is quite low. I don't think that there's a lot to cover about shopping carts.
well, if they want to hear an angry
You
rant,
think that, Katie. You would think that until all of a sudden we get the mic and it's game over. No other podcasts even exist anymore because of our amazing shopping cart.
no other
Weakness.
I think I can make a whole podcast that would
About
go
shopping
a
carts?
multi-year run podcast about shopping carts.
I do
We
have
would be a podcast monopoly.
about shopping carts.
A shopping cart podcast monopoly.
I do think the question Colton's about to ask is a very good question that will make us all argue.
Which one was it, Katie?
When you're pushing a shopping cart, what's the front of a shopping cart?
Oh, that is a good question. That was not what I was going to ask, but that is a great question.
Oh, the front is 100% not the spot you push on. That
It's the one
is
far
do
from
you
you.
push on the back of a shopping cart?
Yeah, you push the back of a shopping
Yep.
cart.
Does that mean so does that mean when you pick up your kid, you put them in the back of a shopping cart?
Well, you
Where,
must.
where would that be?
I guess. Yeah, that is weird.
Because
'cause
if you,
the kid is sitting backwards then.
yeah,
This is like a car. This is the same thing as a car.
no,
Yeah, but kids don't sit backwards in the car. Oh, little kids do, I
Unless
guess.
they're really little.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
but like,
true.
but
Gotcha.
if you pick up a child and say put this in the back of the cart, you're not gonna think, oh, put this in the seat, and that's because that's the front of the cart. When you have a kid, you put them in the
But
front
you
of the
also
cart.
want it. But what? But who? If somebody's like, "Hey, Caden, put this in the back of the cart," why would I put it in the front?
I don't understand. I don't know.
Kaden, because in their mind, the front and the back are flipped. It's not them saying
Okay.
backwards on purpose.
Okay, but I see you saying that the front. Okay, I see you saying how where the kid sits could be the back of the front. But how can you debate that the front of it, the
front.
the
Okay,
other
okay.
end,
Here,
is
I'm actually
the back of the
I'm
shopping
actually
cart?
not
How
debating.
can you
I
even
agree
see
with
that and be
you.
like, "This is the back"?
I agree with you, Caden. I think the front of the cart, when you push the cart, the front is at all the way in front of you, like the far end of the cart when you're pushing. That's what I think the front is. Except I've heard many convincing arguments that the front
Yeah.
is where you put the baby because you don't put a baby in the back of the cart.
A lot of moms. I feel like if you ask a
Yeah,
mom,
if you
most
ask
of the
a
time
mom
they'll say
where
it backwards.
what side of the cart you put a baby in, they won't say the front. I mean, they won't say the back.
I have this. Okay, this question continues. I have another question about this. It's the same idea. The bed of a truck. If you say which side's the front of the bed?
The front of the bed is the closest to the door.
No, it's,
Yeah.
it's towards the front of the car.
No, it is not.
It's towards the
No,
front of the
it's
that
car.
is the
front of the
back of the
car.
bed. Like if you put
Yeah.
something in.
Oh no, Katie's right.
No, she's
If
not.
you put something in by the, if
No,
you put
Katie's
something into
right.
the truck and then you drive and then you open the bed of the truck and you see underneath the topper that you have on there, you open the bed of the truck and you see, you're like, crap,
Katie-
it rolled all the way to the back and now I gotta crawl into my car to get it because it's all the way in the back of the bed.
No, but here's the
Instead
thing.
of up here by
Katie,
the door, by the
Katie,
front.
no, Katie implied the topper. If there's no topper, all of a sudden you're looking at it top down. Oh no, the front is towards the front of the car.
Wrong.
So for me, the way I decide the front of everything, if you drew an arrow,
Wrong.
if you drew an arrow in the direction that the thing moves, the side the arrow points to is the front. That's how I decide what the front of something is. Because that's the side that will bash into something first, so it's the front of the car. Or front of the bed, front of the chair, anything.
I understand. Okay.
Nope. Katie's right.
No,
I think the
Kaden,
truck. I think the bed of a truck. The front is towards the door of the truck.
I think it's the other way.
The tailgate.
Yeah. Thank you. The tailgate.
Okay, time out. Katie thought there'd be nothing to talk about with this. I'm looking at the time right now. I'm worried because of how little time I have left. Because I have so much about shopping carts I want to talk about before we stop talking.
Well, speed run it the way I do our Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
Speaking of Instagram,
No. Next thing I want to talk about really fast. If
you're not talking very fast.
sorry, how do you guys feel? Do you guys? So I get irrationally super mad about this, and so I want to rant about it for a second. When people just leave their carts like in the intersection of 4 spots, that's the scummiest crap that you can do. Like that is worse than leaving it in the middle of 1 spot. Because like that makes it so 4 people have to be very careful when they're parking. And like, why would just put it in the? They put so many of the convenient things out there in the yard for you to put your cart into. Why would anybody be like, you know what? I'll just leave it here. Like what? Makes me so
Because
mad.
they're lazy, Colton.
Yeah,
You have to realize people are super lazy. I have realized that.
Yeah, they are. And it's so dumb because now you're making somebody else's job harder. And I never understand the argument, but it's their job. And it's like, yeah, I know, but I can help them make it easier. Like, That's where I'm coming from. Is if I can make somebody's job easier and it doesn't harm me, doesn't take much time, I would. Like I do. That's how I be. Next thing I want to talk about shopping carts.
I have realized this has nothing to do with shopping carts, but I've been working this week in Dublin, and I have realized Dublin people do not like to move out of your way. Like, I'm kidding you, Pat, and I'm literally, like, they're standing in the entrance to the bar, and I'm trying to get back there. And I'm like, excuse me. I literally have to end up, like, pushing them out of the way because they don't move. It makes me so sad. And we had to get, like, a whole security guard just for the thing of the bar because they wouldn't move.
That's so funny. Next thing about shopping carts. Sam's Club has the best shopping carts hands down of any store.
Because they have 2 seats in the front.
They have a double seater in the front for babies. They are just massive carts. I've never had a poorly moving Sam's Club cart.
Yeah, because sometimes when you push a shopping cart, it like pulls to one side.
Yeah, it pulls. It
I've
pulls.
never
It has
been
like
to
a
Sam's
spinny
Club.
wheel.
It pulls. It
You've
spins.
never
It
been
squeaks.
to Sam's Club?
Have you been
No.
to Costco?
No.
Oh,
We need
geez,
to go
Kaden.
together.
Get
We're going to do a
pretzels and slushies,
podcast,
yeah.
a podcast trip to Sam's Club and buy slushies.
And
It's
Sounds
not that
good to me.
fun.
sit out front the door where the
not
the
that-
lady salesman and record there. Sit out
Yeah.
front of
Like
the door.
IKEA?
It's like Costco or Sam's Club.
But I'm saying, is it fun? Like, people,
Oh, yeah.
I know people that go to IKEA and literally,
Oh, I would
Just
go
for
to
fun.
Sam's Club for the same reason. It's super. It's just.
I just go because I like going, and usually they have a lot of food for cheap. Like I could buy really big containers of food
for cheap, yeah.
for cheaper.
And it just smells good in there. Like Sam's Club smells nice. I
It
like the
smells like
smell.
a warehouse.
It is
Okay,
nice.
how long do we have left in the podcast?
We have about 3 minutes, but we need to do the outro stuff. Normally,
Okay, but before the outro stuff, can I complain for a second? Because at the end of the past couple of episodes, I've complained about something.
Okay, I'm gonna do your intro for this bit, and then just do a bit you're doing. You ready?
Yeah.
Katie complains about things now.
Do the want sound. Do it again and do the want sound.
Katie complains about things.
I ran over a baby goose today.
Oh no!
Guess what?
What, Caden?
I ran over a possum on the way home today.
Oh my gosh, y'all are murderers today.
Mine was so sad. I cried so much.
Oh no, Katie.
It was awful. It was so sad. I went home and I cried in my car, and then I went inside and I cried in my kitchen, and then I went upstairs and took a bath, and I cried in the bath.
That's such a sad image. Just think of someone crying in the bath.
Caden, were you upset about your possum, or did you go, haha, got him?
I went, haha, I didn't do the got him. But it definitely, like, I was driving, dude, and I was driving. I was only going 35 because it was a 35, or I was actually only going 40. I was going 40. And he starts running across. I'm like, oh, he's good. He's going to make it. I was pretty far away. And then he hits a Yui and starts running the other way and does it again. He hit 2 Uis,
Oh,
and I just
buddy.
went, boom. Actually, it was more like 2 thuds. I don't know why it made 2 thuds, but I just heard boom, boom. And I was like,
did you
oh.
did it hit with
Ego.
both, did you hit him with both tires?
No, it was right down the middle.
Caden, how does it
Aw.
feel?
I didn't even attempt to move out of the way either.
How does it feel, Caden?
You should
To be a murderer.
Scooch out of the way. You should only hit your brakes.
How does it feel, Caden, to be a
I didn't even
murderer
hit my brakes.
of the one kind of marsupial from North America? There's only one of them, and it's opossums.
I don't even like possums.
Okay.
The only possum I like is One from Over the Hedge because that's a great movie.
That's a good movie. All right. Thank you guys all so much for listening to this episode of 445. If you guys enjoyed this episode, first thing you should do, go on Twitter and just post one post about it, please, or Instagram or anywhere. Snapchat, put on your story. That would be super appreciated. We would love it if you did that. Second thing you should do, you should go to Instagram and TikTok and follow us there and be ready for more content there. Katie, where would they go for that stuff?
Listen to the sound of my voice.
Oh, geez.
When I say letter type, when I say number type, where to go? F-O-R-4-4-5-P-O-D-C-A-S-T.
Can you say that with a little more oomph?
F-O-R-4-4-5-P-O-D-C-A-S-T.
I
There you go.
don't know how I feel about this.
That was some oomph Katie gave.
We're gonna take over we're gonna monopolize the ASMR podcast too.
This is an ASMR.
This is the ASMR. Welcome to 445. It's 50 minutes. It's a 50-minute celebration to get you to 5 o'clock. I'm your host, Colin ASMR Pratt.
I'm your best friend, Katie Brett. Go to Twitter.
I'm your
Follow the sound of my
Mrs.
voice.
Kane.
Sorry, Kate.
Go to Twitter.
I was interrupted.
I'm sorry, Kate. Keep going.
Go to Twitter.
When I say letter type, when I say number type, ready, go.
I want to figure it out so that we can all say it at the same time. I'll whisper together.
Next time Keenan's our
Also
house.
talk all at the same time.
Next time we're at the
Let's all start whispering and try to ASMR some people.
Maximum tingles.
I'm your boyfriend and I'm jealous.
What did you just say?
Jealous boyfriend ASMR is a thing. Do you know that?
Have you heard of positive affirmations ASMR?
That makes sense. Okay. Anywho, thank you guys all for listening. Sorry for that weird turn at the very end. Thank you guys all
That was a long one.
Yeah. Thank you guys all for listening to 445. I'm Colton Pratt.
I'm Katie Pratt, and I always go second, but sometimes I forget.
I'm Caden, and I always go dead spinkily last.
No rush. Go slush.
Lumpy rug. I'm not gonna ASMR it.
I
am. I lied.
I love you.
I love you.